Next up, the silver medalists. New England Patriots, not an easy schedule this year.
Ooh.
And after going undefeated on the road last year, this upcoming road schedule looks brutal. Nick, we'll start with you. The Patriots have the 6th toughest schedule. Look at the road. Bears, Lions, Chiefs, Chargers, Seahawks, Jags. Yikes. 10.5 for the Patriots.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Obviously, that schedule's brutal. So they go from what was the softest schedule this millennia. Forget this century. This whole millennia, it's the softest schedule, bro. And to that
Broncos were right there.
And I'm gonna. Well, it's interesting you say that because it's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is the Broncos didn't even have the easiest strength of schedule this season, and the Patriots had the easiest strength of schedule this millennia. So, you know, tomato, tomato, I guess. But I'm going to say something else that is, and you know, Brew, how much I have liked Drake May, how much I've believed in Drake May, how, you know, that I said in Halloween that he's just top 5 quarterback moving forward. But I'm concerned because I've never seen Drake May play well in 2026. I've never seen
the Super Bowl.
I'm not saying it can't
I
happen.
saw him in the Super Bowl.
I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying since the calendar turned from 2025 to 2026, I've seen him play 5 games, and I've never seen him play well. So until I see it, I just
Patrick
don't
Mahomes
know
play
what
well
to tell you.
in 2026 either, if that's where we're going.
I knew he would. That's fine.
I just haven't seen it. I mean, I have faith.
You want to go after a friend of the show?
You're going after a friend of the show.
You go right ahead.
Drake May's a friend of the show.
Really? Drake May's been on the show?
He doesn't have to be on the show to be a friend of the show. A lot of people haven't been on the show. Whit hasn't been on the show. Brew?
So I don't think you answered over or under. Are you saying under?
Under.
Under?
This is a tough one for me, Wild. This is a tough one. Look, I was the last guy on this show to believe in the Patriots.
Yeah. You were very late.
Yeah, very late.
Down to Friday.
And then I picked them to win the Super Bowl, and obviously they lost. I feel you, Nick. I'm not mad at your under, because that schedule is tough. But I do think Drake May, while I was a little astounded by his struggles in the playoffs, I think he's going to learn from that, and I think he's going to be better next year.
Correct.
Right? His numbers and all that might not be better, but I think he'll be a smarter quarterback and make fewer mistakes.
Perfect.
Certainly than he did in the playoffs. I think Vrabel is a very good coach. I think good chance they upgrade their receiving core. I think a guy like even Travion Henderson will realize what do I need to work on to become better. So I just think their culture is what it is. Look, it's a good chance they might win 10 games. But I'm going to say the over. I'm going to say they go like 11-6, and so I'll take the over slightly.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we saw the worst version of Drake May last season that should scare anyone because it was MVP level. Okay? To think that Drake May is not going to continue to get better and evolve, to think that Josh McDaniels isn't going to be able to continue and evolve with Drake May in year 2, actually have continuity, have an entire off-season of foundational film to go off of and look at and get lost in the weeds and whatnot. Rabble, this defense will continue to grow and evolve and get better, even though it quite frankly doesn't really need to. I mean, like the schedule. Guys, it's the NFL like right now. What could be a true easy schedule? Cleveland Browns, Arizona Cardinal. How many easy games are there for any team at this point? The New York Jets. I get it. But the Broncos, the Packers, the Vikings, the Steelers, the Bears, the Lions, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Seahawks, the Jags. I don't know. It's just NFL teams. Snorts. That's what I see. Just NFL teams. How good will the Chiefs be next year? No idea. When's Patrick Mahomes playing? Are the Bears this absolute juggernaut? The Lions, the Seahawks? The Steelers, the Vikings, the Raiders? Year 1 with Mendoza and Clint Kuback. The Packers are a juggernaut. The Broncos are a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, obviously I said the Jets and whatnot. You play the Jets twice, you know? You play the Dolphins twice. Talk about a gift from the heavens. That's 4 games right there. So I think we got to chill out on the whole schedule. We don't know what these teams are moving forward. How good are the 49ers going to be next year? No idea. How good are the Eagles going to be next year? No idea. The Seahawks, they're a great team. They were the best team in the NFL last year. They won the Super Bowl. How are they going to be week 7 against New England Patriots? No idea. No idea. I think the Broncos will be good. I think the Packers will be good. I think, the Chargers will be good. The Seahawks will be good. The Jags will be good. The Bears will be good. How great, how special, how elite? No idea. When are you playing them too? You playing the Bears in week 2 or week 12? You playing the Chiefs week 2? Is it Patrick Mahomes' second game or first game of the season even? You're not like, when's he coming back? No idea. What are some things that I do know that Drake May is going to be better this year than he was last year? Also, mistakes. Drake May wasn't making a ton of mistakes. We could say that he took some sacks. Okay. So he needs to just reduce some sacks. Got it. If you don't think Drake May will be able to reduce his sacks, I guarantee you he reduces them by nearly half. He will. I don't know if I should say half. I don't know. But he will have a sizable chunk of sacks removed. I guarantee it. It's a Julian guarantee. It's a guarantee. And so what other mistakes? He's not missing throws. He's not making bad decisions. He's not getting his hand caught in the cookie jar. And so with a year 3/year 2 with actual competent coaching staff going up against the Broncos, the Packers, the Raiders, the Vikings, the Steelers, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Chiefs, the Chargers, all this stuff is fair game. Really what it comes down to is I think the Chargers have a saucy, I'm just using the Chargers as an example because there's concrete changes that they made with new offensive coordinator. O-line should be a lot healthier now this season. Snorts. I think they could take a big step forward, right? How special, how elite, how great can they be? Again, I have no idea. I believe though they can be great and can be elite, but what does that look like when you play a team who I think is also great or good or whatever words we want to use, the New England Patriots? What does that look like when we're watching those games unfold? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if a team like the Bears again, because I think the Bears will take a step forward and the Chargers can take a step forward. Let's just use those two teams. Those two teams can take a step forward, or we'll even throw in the Jags. I'm trying to not use some of the usual suspects Chiefs and whatnot. But the Bears, the Chargers and the Jags, I believe that those two teams can legitimately take a step forward for different reasons. Continuity with coaching staff, year 2 with coaching staff, kind of similar things with the Patriots, honestly. And then, of course, like I just said about the Chargers, clears throat, the difficulty of schedule with the Patriots. To me is more about how big of a step do those teams take? Do they become, oh my gosh, they're taking over the league right now, and how much of a step forward do the Patriots take? I think it's conceivable that, and again, I'm just using these 3 teams just because they're right in front of my face. All 3 of those teams could easily be top teams in the NFL. They could all be contending for the 1 seat easily. Not even a question. Don't even have to think twice about it. What does that look like in practice? Right? We know that over the years past, the Bills, the Bengals, when they're obviously healthy, the Ravens, the Chiefs, they're all competing for the number 1 seed, top seed. What happens when they play each other? It's kind of mayhem, you know? I mean, it really is. It's kind of like, what the heck is going on? So when we look at some of these games, when we look at some of, this schedule, especially before the draft or like true free agency and whatnot, I'm not going to just be like, oh man, this schedule, I want to and listen, we'll look at the schedule later because we always do that, especially when it's officially gets mapped out. I think what is that like in May? Let's wait for the draft and whatnot. When it feels like we're a little bit closer, you're starting to hear a little bit of whispers from so-and-so saying, oh, so-and-so has made a lot of developments. He's been working with John Smith in the offseason, and he's really working on this, and the coaches love what they see out of him so far, I don't know, just some sort of other information, but we look at these teams right now and we're just like, they're going to be exactly who they were last season, and it's like, okay, sure, I guess. So, not going to get lost in that. if I had to take an over and under, and this is just more for fun rather than like the actual over under over 10.5 is like the hardest thing in there. That's why they all do it. All the top teams in the NFL, I think, are like 10.5. I don't know if there's any 11.5 teams. I'm pretty sure when I saw it quickly before, all the top teams were like 10.5. So it's like, if you're a top team, it's like, is it going to be 10 wins, 11 wins, 12 wins? Like, don't know. But I mean, I feel like this schedule already has like 6 wins baked into it just with who you get to play. You know, the Jets are going to be good suddenly. Really, the Jets? Who's the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins? I don't know. Neither do you. All right, like that should be 4, maybe 3, because, you know, you never know. It's the NFL. But I really feel like this team has like 6 wins baked into it. And so it's like, okay, even if we say the Bears are brutal, the Lions are brutal, the Chiefs are brutal, the Chargers are brutal, the Seahawks are brutal, the Jags are brutal, just take it to the extreme. The Broncos brutal. Oh my gosh. It's just these teams are all unbelievable. Well, the Patriots are either good or they're not. They can either hang and at least win a bunch, you know, a handful of those games, at least 3 of those games, 4 of those games are not. So in a lot of ways, a schedule like this is like great because it's like, okay, you're either a great team or you're not. And if you're not, okay, now we know. So I think people get too anxious about the schedule. Oh, it's such a tough schedule. Ah, man, we got to play the Bears on the road and the Lions. And it's like, all right, either honestly, the way how I look, it's like either do it or you don't. Either be great or not. Either be a top team or not. Either win a bunch. I'm not expecting you to win all those games. I'm not expecting you to run the table. But if you're a great team, you'll win some of those games. You'll win a handful of those games. You'll at least go 50-50. And if you do that, okay, well, now you're at like 10, 11 wins. There you go. Boom. Just the way I look at it. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the New England Patriots in this very scary schedule? Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment, so you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get into some discussions. Let's get into some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be a part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.